Hello there, I'm Lloyd Evans. Welcome to The Bunker. It's time for another voicemail. Today's voicemail is from Yvonne. Let's hear what Yvonne has to say.
Hi, Lloyd. My name is Yvonne. First of all, I want to thank you and your team for all the great work you are doing. A little background. I was a PMO for as long as I can remember, but for my mom, I continue going to the meetings. Before COVID, I decided to fade. I just got really frustrated with how child abuse cases got handled. Good thing my mom decided not to shun me. My issue is recently I received a call from an elder. I blocked this number. But now I received another message from another elder who I liked as a person. So I don't want to ignore him. My question is, how would you handle this? Or what advice can you give me? Thank you.
That is a very good question. Thank you so much for calling, Yvonne, and leaving that. I think it's fantastic that you are able to keep this relationship with your mother. Obviously, you're not disfellowshipped yet, although the situation sounds quite precarious. You are faded. Nevertheless, I've heard of many situations where parents will shun their children simply for no longer believing. And so the fact that your mother is keeping you in her life and refusing to shun you, despite you distancing yourself from the organization, speaks volumes about the love she has for you and her humanity. So that's wonderful that you've managed to keep her in your life. Even though this organization is so prolific in breaking apart families and in forcing parents to feel as though it's a matter of loyalty for them to shun their children, in some cases, humanity wins through, and your mother's humanity is clearly strong enough and her love for you powerful enough that no amount of commands to shun are going to make any difference or have any effect. So that's wonderful. As to this issue with the elder who's a friend, I actually address this in my book. Hang on, let me try and prise it delicately from the shelves. In my book, How to Escape from Jehovah's Witnesses, there is in fact a chapter titled Elders Are Not on Your Side. And my advice to you is going to be very similar to my advice in this chapter. I get it. I understand that this elder or the second elder who's trying to contact you is a personal friend. You like them. You feel affection for them. You have warm feelings about them. You don't want to upset or offend them. Unfortunately, they're not approaching you, it seems, as a friend or as someone that you can just openly confide in. They are approaching you, it seems, as an elder, as someone who wants answers as to why you've distanced yourself from the organization and what can be done to bring you back. Unfortunately, I think you need to put sentimentality to one side and view this for what it is, an attempt to rope you back into the organization, which could have detrimental effects to your mental health. This is a case of making a stand, unfortunately. I mean, you don't have to be rude or anything. He may perceive it as rude if you're not reciprocating his efforts to get in touch. That's up to him. But I would do the same thing, quite frankly. I would block that number. And I get it, I've been that elder. I like to think I was like the friendly, approachable elder who people, wanted to confide in, who was more liberal than some elders. And maybe you feel the same way about this individual. But ultimately, elders are elders. An elder is a line manager for the organization. No matter what affection this man may have for you and your family, no matter what history you guys have, ultimately his loyalties are with the organization. So as difficult as it may be, try to view him not as Tom or Sam or whatever his name is, but view him as an elder. And I would strongly recommend, I can't tell you what to do, you have to make this decision for yourself. But if you're asking for my advice, I would strongly recommend doing the same thing, blocking that number and doing everything that you can to avoid a situation where you're having to put yourself in a compromising situation if this is a case of fading and you want to keep that relationship with your mother who's not shunning you. Don't feel guilty about it. It's just unfortunately a situation you've been forced into by the organization. They're not playing games. They're not prone to sentimentality or to feelings or anything like that. They are cold, they are cruel, they are brutal, and they will make your life miserable if you let them. So yes, do what you can to preserve this whole situation and to stay in control of the situation to the extent that you're able. Elders are elders. And no matter how friendly they may be, no matter what rapport you may have with them, ultimately their loyalty is to the organization. That's my advice. If you would like to leave a voicemail, the thing to do is visit speakpipe.com/Cedars, remembering to indicate clearly if you don't want to have your message played on my YouTube channel. But that's all I have time for. Don't forget to subscribe to the Lloyd Evans channel for more such videos. And as always, thank you for watching.